the year when fame turned sour. Names that once ruled Hollywood, social media, and music are now mocked, canceled, even hated. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 most hated celebrities of 2025 and the truth behind why the world turned its back on them. Robert De Niro, actor, director, and legendary filmmaker, is often hailed as one of the most influential stars of his generation. But off-screen, he's become a far more controversial figure. De Niro was once sued by his former assistant, Graham Chase Robinson, for alleged gender discrimination and verbal abuse, accusing him of forcing her to do personal chores like buttoning his shirts, waking him up, or even scratching his back, all while enduring insults and unfair pay. He's also been criticized for his on-air profanity when talking about Donald Trump and for hijacking interviews with fiery political rants, turning his Hollywood legend image into something that feels out of touch. Adding to that, De Niro has appeared in several poorly received films and is infamous for his temper. He even walked out of an interview with Radio Times in 2014, an act that made many believe the once charming icon had lost the grace and charisma that made the world fall in love with him. She was once the dazzling actress who captured thousands of hearts, but today the name Amber Heard is synonymous with controversy and public disdain. It all began in 2016 when she accused Johnny Depp of domestic abuse, a claim that cost him major film roles, including Pirates of the Caribbean. But in 2022, the defamation trial turned everything upside down. Shocking audio recordings revealed Heard admitting to hitting Depp and mocking him. The jury ruled that Heard had defamed Depp, igniting a wave of outrage worldwide and branding her as a manipulative liar. Things only got worse when she was caught lying about donating her $7 million divorce settlement, and the infamous poop incident, where she was accused of defiling Depp's bed, became a global punchline. From Hollywood's seductive icon to a fallen star stripped of fame and trust, Amber Heard's story is one of the most dramatic downfalls in modern celebrity history. Once a symbol of grit and perseverance, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has now become a name many fans are growing weary of. From an inspiring underdog to what many see as a walking advertisement, his social media has turned into a non-stop stream of product promotions and movie plugs. The spectacular failure of Black Adam only deepened the cracks, with reports claiming Johnson manipulated box office numbers to protect his image, prioritizing ego over humility. When he returned to WWE, things didn't improve. He was slammed for using his power to secure a WrestleMania spotlight and for mocking fans who booed him. Behind the scenes, The Rock has earned a reputation for his massive ego, often rewriting scripts to make himself look flawless, avoiding vulnerable roles, and clashing with co-stars. Once the embodiment of hard work and perseverance, Dwayne Johnson is now seen by many as the face of arrogance and over-commercialization. Oprah Winfrey, the queen of television, once hailed as the most powerful woman in media, is slowly losing the public's favor after a string of controversies surrounding her image and actions. Her billion-dollar fortune has turned her into a symbol of a so-called new classism, especially after she called for donations to help victims of the Maui wildfires, while contributing only a small portion herself. She's also been rumored to have ties with notorious figures like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, though no solid proof exists, leading many to believe she has chosen silence over accountability. Her interview style, often criticized as intrusive, along with accusations of mistreating colleagues like Monique and Taraji P. Henson, have further damaged her reputation. Even the South African Girls Academy she founded has faced multiple scandals. All of it has transformed Oprah, once a beacon of inspiration, into one of the most divisive figures in the public eye today. Chris Brown was once one of R&B's brightest rising stars, until his world came crashing down after the 2009 assault on his then-girlfriend Rihanna. The shocking photos of her injuries sparked global outrage, and even more than a decade later, forgiveness remains elusive. Since then, Brown has been at the center of countless altercations with fellow artists like Drake, Frank Ocean, and Migos, cementing his reputation as volatile and arrogant. His temper was on full display when he smashed a window at Good Morning America after being asked about his past. And his personal life hasn't been any calmer, from public feuds to his ex, Karrueche Tron, filing a restraining order for protection. Online, his angry outbursts and hostile comments have only deepened the public's belief that Chris Brown has never truly grown up. James Corden, once beloved as the cheerful and witty late-night host, has now become one of Hollywood's most disliked celebrities. Behind the scenes, a different Corden emerges, rude, arrogant, and dismissive toward staff, a far cry from his charming on-screen persona. He's been accused of yelling at assistants, insulting co-workers, and was even banned from the iconic Balthazar restaurant after losing his temper over his wife's meal. The restaurant owner called him the worst customer in 25 years. The carpool karaoke scandal didn't help either. Fans were disappointed to learn he wasn't actually driving, but merely acting in a car being towed. Corden's attitude toward veteran actor Patrick Stewart, along with his heavily criticized performance in Cinderella, only reinforced the idea that fame may have gotten the best of him. Alyssa Milano, actress, activist, and once a symbol of Hollywood idealism, has found herself at the center of controversy. Critics have called her hypocritical for the way she's handled political and social issues. Once a leading voice of the Me Too movement, Milano faced backlash when she stayed silent on Tara Reade's accusations against Joe Biden, despite having loudly supported Christine Blasey Ford during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings. People began to question her sincerity. She was also accused of being out of touch after claiming she'd been destroyed while still landing partnerships and enjoying public attention. And when she said she sold her Tesla to protest Elon Musk, only to switch to a Volkswagen, a company with roots in Nazi-era Germany, the internet couldn't help but laugh. Her mixed political messages didn't help either. After calling to defund the police, she later phoned 911 herself, something many saw as contradictory. Even her charity work, which she often showcased online, has faced scrutiny over its transparency. Then there's Jada Pinkett Smith, another star constantly under fire. For years, she's faced criticism for her words and actions, often accused of embarrassing her husband Will Smith in the name of empowerment. The infamous entanglement with singer August Alsina shocked fans who felt she'd taken advantage of someone emotionally vulnerable. And when Jada revealed that she and Will had quietly separated back in 2016, many felt sympathy for him, seeing the once powerful actor as broken and humiliated. After the Oscar slap, the backlash only grew. Some claim Jada had sparked the moment, then stepped back, letting Will carry the weight alone. Critics also point to her unconventional parenting, from encouraging Jaden to leave home young to giving Willow total freedom, and her constant references to Tupac as her soulmate, which only fueled comparisons that left Will looking worse. Will Smith, once seen as Hollywood's golden man, has now become one of its most controversial and divisive stars. Everything changed after the slap heard around the world at the 2022 Oscars when he walked on stage and struck Chris Rock over a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. That single act of violence and his self-righteous attitude afterward completely shattered his good guy image. The public began to see Will as arrogant, insincere, and his carefully scripted apologies only made things worse. At the same time, his chaotic marriage with Jada, who often aired their private life publicly, leaving him looking weak and humiliated, exhausted audiences. Adding fuel to the fire, his attempts to promote his son Jaden through failed projects, along with a string of disappointing films like After Earth, Gemini Man, and Emancipation, have caused Will Smith to lose much of the respect he once commanded. He's now seen by many as the symbol of a fallen Hollywood legend. James Franco, once one of Hollywood's most talented and charming stars, has now become one of its most controversial figures. The biggest reason the public turned on him was a series of serious allegations of misconduct and abuse of power. Franco was accused of exploiting his acting school, Studio 4, to prey on young female students, allegedly pressuring them into performing intimate scenes under the guise of artistic training. These claims led to a lawsuit, which was eventually settled in 2021. His reputation only worsened when people felt that his public apology seemed staged, perfectly timed for media damage control rather than genuine remorse. Before that, Franco had already faced backlash for messaging a 17-year-old girl privately, allegedly trying to arrange a meeting at her hotel. When the messages became public, he struggled to defend his image. His career and friendships crumbled. Even his longtime friend and collaborator, Seth Rogen, publicly cut ties with him, leaving Franco isolated in the middle of a media storm.